Listen up, because this is the truth you've been avoiding. The world doesn't hand out trophies for participation. It rewards predators. It bows to those who take what they want by force, not violence, not luck, but the relentless, unapologetic force of action, discipline, and sheer willpower. You think winners are born? Wrong. They're forged in the fire of sacrifice, in the grind of sleepless nights, in the refusal to accept weakness. While the weak beg for fairness, the strong impose their reality. So ask yourself now, are you a sheep waiting for permission, or a wolf who wins by any means necessary? Good. Now let's talk about how you stop dreaming and start taking. You want to win? Then you better understand this. Your mind is the first and last battleground. Every war, every victory, every empire ever built started with a single thought: domination. Weakness is not an accident, it's a choice. And right now, you're either choosing to be a predator or you're on the menu. There's no third option. The moment you accept excuses, you've already lost. Winners don't hope for success. They force it into existence through sheer will. Your brain should be a locked vault where doubt isn't allowed entry. Let's get real. Nobody cares about your trauma, your bad luck, or your reasons for failing. The world rewards results, not reasons. While you're sitting there overthinking, someone else is out there hustling, grinding, and taking what could have been yours. Your mindset isn't just about positive thinking, it's about war thinking. You either control your mind like a general, or you'll be controlled like a slave. There's no maybe, no someday, and there's only today, and what you do with it. You think champions are born different? Wrong. They're just people who refuse to lose. They force their minds into unshakable focus. They didn't wait for motivation. They attacked their goals like their life depended on it, because it does. The difference between you and the guy living your dream is that he decided his dreams weren't negotiable. He didn't ask for permission. He took what he wanted, and you're still debating whether you're ready. Newsflash, you'll never be ready. You have to move now, or rot in regret. Weakness is a disease, and the cure is discipline. You don't find confidence, you build it through action. Every time you push past your limits, every time you do what weak people won't, you're rewiring your brain for victory. Pain? Good. Fear? Even better. Those are just tests to see if you deserve what you say you want. The moment you start enjoying the struggle, that's when you know your mindset is shifting. Suffering is the price of greatness. Pay it willingly or stay broke. The biggest lie ever sold is that you need permission to win. You don't. The rules are fake. The limits are imaginary. The only thing holding you back is your own mental prison. Break free. Domination starts when you stop listening to cowards and start trusting your instincts. The voice in your head that says you can't is the same voice that belongs to losers. Silence it. Replace it with a voice that says, watch me. This isn't philosophy, it's survival. The game of life is rigged against the weak. The strong don't complain, they adapt, conquer, and rewrite the rules. Your mindset is either your greatest weapon or your fatal flaw. Choose wisely. Train it like a muscle. Feed it focus, discipline, and relentless action. Starve it of doubt, fear, and excuses. The moment your mind is unbreakable, the world becomes yours for the taking. And if you walk away from this thinking that's too hard, then congratulations, you've already lost. But if you're ready to force your mind into submission, to crush every weak thought, to dominate like your life depends on it, then step into the arena. The fight starts in your head. Win there, and you win everywhere. The first truth you need to swallow is this: the world doesn't give a damn about your brilliant ideas, your perfect plans, or your untapped potential. The only currency that matters is action. While you're sitting there waiting for the right moment, someone else is out there creating their moment through sheer force of movement. Excuses are the chains that keep ordinary people ordinary. You want to be extraordinary? Then you need to understand that action isn't just part of the game, it is the game. Every second you spend contemplating instead of doing is another second someone else is taking what should be yours. The difference between winners and losers isn't talent or luck. It's who is willing to move first, move fastest, and never stop moving regardless of obstacles. Let me break this down for you in terms so simple even the weakest among you can understand. Your dreams mean absolutely nothing without execution. You can have the greatest business idea in history, but if you don't actually build it, you're just another broke philosopher. You can dream about being ripped, but if you don't hit the gym today, you're just a fat guy with good intentions. The brutal reality is that the universe rewards doers, not dreamers. Look at every successful person you admire. What separates them from the masses isn't that they wanted it more, it's that they did more. While others were sleeping, they were working. While others were partying, they were grinding. While others were making excuses, they were making progress. That's not luck, that's a choice, your choice. Here's the cold-hearted truth you've been avoiding. Hesitation is failure in slow motion. That business you want to start? Every day you delay is another day your future competitor is getting stronger. That girl you want to approach? Every moment you wait is another moment someone else is taking her out. Life isn't waiting for you to get ready. Life is happening right now, with or without you. The top 1% understand this fundamental law of power. Action creates opportunity, not the other way around. You don't wait for the perfect conditions, you create them through movement. You don't wait for motivation, you find it in the doing. The simple fact is that most people's entire lives are spent in the planning phase because they're terrified to actually step into the arena where real success is forged. Let me make this painfully clear. Your excuses are lies you tell yourself to avoid facing your own weakness. I don't have enough time is code for I don't want it badly enough. I don't have the right connections means I'm not willing to go out and make them. It's not the right moment translates to I'm scared to fail. These aren't reasons. They're surrender speeches. Winners don't have fewer problems than you. They just refuse to let problems stop them. They understand that obstacles are part of the process, not an excuse to quit. Every billionaire has faced rejection. Every champion has lost. Every success story includes chapters of failure. The difference? They kept moving forward while the weak stayed paralyzed by fear. Now let's talk about what real action looks like, because most of you have no idea. Action isn't just busy work. It's not posting motivational quotes on social media. It's not talking about what you're going to do. Real action is measurable. Relentless forward progress toward your goals. It's making 50 sales calls when you're terrified of rejection. It's waking up at 5 a.m. to train when every fiber of your being wants to sleep. It's shipping your product before you think it's perfect. The brutal truth is that most people's action is just performance. They go through motions that make them feel productive without actually moving the needle. That's not action, that's theater. Real action produces real results, period. The psychology behind why most people fail to take action is simple. They overestimate what they can do in a year and underestimate what they can do in 5. They want overnight success without putting in the daily work required to achieve it. Here's the secret the elite understand. Massive success is just small actions repeated consistently over time. That $1 million business? Hundreds of sales calls, that championship physique, thousands of workouts, that mastery of any skill, tens of thousands of hours of practice. The problem isn't that success is complicated, it's that it's simple. And most people aren't willing to do the simple things long enough to see results. They want magic bullets when the real magic is in the grind. Here's what separates the winners from the losers. Winners act regardless of how they feel. They understand that motivation follows action, not the other way around. You'll never feel like doing the hard things, you just have to do them. The most powerful mental shift you can make is realizing that your feelings are irrelevant to your success. The top performers in any field aren't superhuman. They've just mastered the art of doing what needs to be done whether they want to or not. This is the ultimate form of self-discipline. Action without excuses, movement without hesitation, progress without permission. The question isn't whether you can do this, the question is whether you will. Because the world is moving forward with or without you. The choice is yours. Make excuses or make history. The grind isn't just part of the process, it is the process. Every single person who has ever achieved anything of value has gone through the fire of relentless work, sleepless nights, and sacrifices that would make weak men crumble. You want success? Then you better fall in love with the daily torture of pushing beyond your limits. Because comfort is the enemy of progress. The grind doesn't care about your feelings, your tiredness, or your excuses. It only responds to one thing, unwavering commitment. While everyone else is looking for shortcuts, you need to be the one doubling down on the hard work because that's where real power is built. Let's be brutally honest. Most people quit before they even get started. They romanticize success but despise the work it takes to get there. They want the six-pack abs but won't endure the hunger. They want the millions but refuse to put in the 18-hour days. Newsflash, greatness isn't handed out. It's earned through blood, sweat, and an unbreakable will to keep going when everyone else is tapped out. The grind is the ultimate filter. It separates the winners from the whiners. If you're not willing to suffer, you don't deserve to win. Period. The difference between you and the person living your dream right now isn't talent, luck, or connections. It's pain tolerance. The elite don't have some magical ability to avoid suffering, they just embrace it. They understand that every drop of sweat, every moment of discomfort, every second of exhaustion is another brick in the foundation of their empire. While you're scrolling on your phone, they're working. While you're complaining, they're executing. While you're looking for an easier way, they're charging straight through the wall. The grind is the great equalizer. It doesn't care who you are, only what you're willing to endure. Here's the cold, hard truth. If your life isn't hard right now, you're doing it wrong. Growth happens outside your comfort zone. And if you're not pushing yourself to the brink every single day, you're stagnating. The grind isn't optional, it's mandatory. You don't get to skip the struggle and still win. The most dangerous lie society tells you is that success should be easy. It's not. It's brutal, unforgiving, and relentless. But that's exactly why most people fail. They're not built for the marathon of misery that separates the champions from the spectators. You think you're tired? Good. You think it's too hard? Even better. That means you're on the right path. The grind isn't supposed to feel good. It's supposed to forge you into something unbreakable. Every time you push through when your body and mind beg you to quit, you're rewiring yourself for greatness. The pain you endure today is the strength you wield tomorrow. The elite aren't born different. They just refuse to stay the same. They transform through the daily crucible of hard work, emerging stronger, sharper, and more dangerous with every passing day. This is where most people fail. They expect linear progress. They want every day to feel like a victory, but real growth happens in the shadows. In the moments when no one is watching, when nothing seems to be working, when every fiber of your being screams to give up, that's where legends are made. The grind doesn't reward the talented, it rewards the stubborn, the ones who keep going when logic says quit, the ones who treat failure as fuel, not a funeral. If you want to be exceptional, you have to be willing to do what others won't, consistently, relentlessly, without applause or approval. The grind is the ultimate test of character. It's not about how hard you can hit, it's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. The world doesn't care about your potential, it cares about your output. And output only comes from one place, the daily, unglamorous, brutal work that most people avoid. So here's the choice. You can either embrace the grind and become everything you're capable of, or you can shy away from it and live a life of regret. The fire that melts the weak forges the strong. Step into it willingly, or be consumed by your own weakness. The path is clear. Now will you take it? Weakness is a cancer that eats away at your potential, your discipline, and your future. Every moment you entertain fear, doubt, or laziness, you're actively choosing to sabotage your own success. The path to victory isn't paved with good intentions. It's built on the shattered remains of your former, weaker self. You don't become strong by wishing for it. You become strong by systematically annihilating every trace of fragility in your mind and body. This isn't about motivation. It's about eradication. The elite don't just manage their weaknesses. They obliterate them with extreme prejudice. The first weakness you need to destroy is fear, the silent killer of dreams. Fear isn't real. It's a phantom, a mental construct designed to keep you small and safe. But safety is an illusion, and small is the last thing you should ever want to be. Every time you feel fear, that's your signal to charge forward, not retreat. The difference between a warrior and a coward isn't the absence of fear. It's the willingness to act despite it. Fear of failure? Good. That means you're playing for high stakes. Fear of rejection? Even better. That means you're pushing your limits. The moment you stop running from fear and start running toward it, you've already won half the battle. Next on the execution list, doubt. Doubt is the poison that turns potential into regret. It's the voice that whispers you can't, when everything in your soul screams you must. Here's the truth. Doubt doesn't protect you, it paralyzes you. The most dangerous person in the world is the one who has eliminated all uncertainty about their own capability. When you know, truly know, that you can handle whatever comes your way, the world becomes yours for the taking. This certainty isn't gifted. It's forged through relentless action. Every time you push past your perceived limits, you're driving a stake through the heart of doubt. Now let's talk about laziness, the most insidious weakness of all. Laziness isn't just about physical inactivity, it's mental complacency. It's choosing comfort over growth, entertainment over education, distraction over destiny. The antidote? Ruthless discipline. Discipline isn't something you have, it's something you do. It's waking up when you want to sleep. It's working when you want to play. It's choosing the hard right over the easy wrong every single time. Discipline is the scalpel that cuts away the fat of laziness to reveal the muscle of mastery beneath. Procrastination is weakness wearing a clever disguise. It's the art of making excuses sound reasonable. "I'll start tomorrow" is the battle cry of losers throughout history. Here's the brutal reality: tomorrow never comes. There is only now. The person you could become is waiting on the other side of the work you're avoiding today. Every minute you waste is a minute you'll never get back. Time is the only currency that matters, and procrastination is how you go bankrupt. The solution is simple but not easy. Do it now, not later, not when you feel like it. Now. Self-pity is perhaps the most pathetic form of weakness. The world owes you nothing. Your circumstances are irrelevant. Your past is not an excuse. Winners don't waste time feeling sorry for themselves. They use every setback as fuel for their comeback. When you find yourself slipping into victim mentality, that's your cue to attack your goals with twice the intensity. Self-pity is emotional quicksand. The more you indulge in it, the deeper you sink. The only way out is through relentless action that proves to yourself and the world that you're not defined by what happens to you, but by how you respond. The final weakness to destroy is the need for approval. Caring what others think is the fastest way to mediocrity. The opinions of the masses are worthless. They're the collective voice of people too scared to chase their own dreams. When you truly commit to greatness, you will be misunderstood, criticized, and even mocked. Good. That's how you know you're on the right path. The approval you seek is the chains that bind you. Break free. The only validation that matters is the kind that comes from looking in the mirror and knowing you've given everything you have to become everything you can be. Destroying weakness isn't a one-time event, it's a daily war. Every morning you wake up, the battle begins anew. But with each victory, you become stronger. With each conquered fear, you become bolder. With each slain doubt, you become more unstoppable. This is the path of the warrior, not the avoidance of weakness, but the total annihilation of it. The question isn't whether you have weaknesses, we all do. The question is, what are you doing about them today?